Look at exercise 13.6. We are looking at inequalities. Inequalities means that the value of the unknown has a range. It is not equal to one particular answer or one particular number. So this is what we call a number line. So when you have a number line like this, and they show you this one here, this represents an inequality. As you can see, this one goes all the way until the end of time, which is infinite, because this one can never end. Whatever number that is lesser than 2 or even equal to 2. So if you see a dot here, it means that it is equal to 2 as well and less than 2 when it points to the left. So what you can do is you can actually write it down. To describe the inequality, normally we use the letter X. You can use any numbers, any alphabets if you want to. You can use A, must be less than or equals to 2. So this is your answer. You can use A, you can use B, you can use C, but normally we use letter X to represent our unknown, less than or equals to 2. Okay, if you look at B, it is to the right. To the right means it is more than. So here, more than. If it's a circle like this, means it doesn't equal to -2. So it is more than -2, and that's it. -2 is not part of the equation. This one, yes, it is inclusive of 2. So this is inclusive, this is not including this one here. Next one, you can see point to the right, which is more than, and then there's a full dot there, which is equals to 10. So X is more than or equals to 10. Next one, you can see to the left, less than, is there a full dot? No, it's a hollow dot. So X is less than -20. Show each of these solution sets on the number line. So it's fairly simple. Just draw a number line. So let me just zoom it in. You can just draw a number line here at the bottom of it. If you want to, then you can just take this and use it for all. Okay. You can just use this and then just draw number 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 1, 0. X is more than 3, so it must be here a full dot or a hollow dot, sorry, because it's not including 3, and then we just point it to the right, like that. So we go to the next one, we can actually see, draw a number line, arrow, -3, right there in the middle, and then right here, -2, -1, -4, -5. More less than or equals to, so it must be a full dot. Then a line like that. Arrow to the left. Here, X is less than 0. So let's just put 0 in the middle. 1, 2, -1, -2. Less than 0, goes hollow circle. This one here, draw a line. Put -20 in the middle. -19, -21. A simple one will do. More than or equals to, it should be pointing to the right. Yes, that's it. That's all your number line for this. N is an integer. Integer represents number that can be represented in positive or negative, but must be a whole number. The smallest possible value of n is more than or equals to 6.5. So the next number that would be the smallest would be 6.5. But 6.5 is included because it is equal to 6.5 as well. So that it would be the smaller, because the larger numbers would be 6.6, 6.7. So that is not the smallest possible number. The largest possible number of n, if n is less than -3. So it should be the next number because it is not inclusive of this. Not including. So what we need to do is it is -4. That is the largest possible value, because the following numbers after that will be -5, which is smaller than -4. The possible values of n, if n is more than or equals to -2, and n is less than 2. So what are the possible numbers here? So we have more than -2, we will have -2, because it's inclusive of that. And we have -1, and then we have 0, 1. Does it include 2? No, that's it. Stop here. That's the end of it. This is all the values that we're looking for. Okay, then we look at number 4. Okay, solve these inequalities. When we want to solve, the word solve here represents that we need to find x on its own. So let me just do it on the other side here so that we have more space. For A, 5x is more than 7. So if you look at the number here, x is, in order to make x alone, I need to divide by 5 here, divide by 5 here. So it's better to do it this way, although it is not like you throw it to the other side. I think this way is more structured. So this is your answer for 4A. Although we can just say, oh yeah, here is multiply, there is divide. You can do that, but occasionally it doesn't work. So I'm just trying to find a way that works all the time. 4x plus 1 is less than or equals to 15. So what we can do here is we remove the 1 first. And then we divide by 4, divided by 4. 14 over 4, which is 7 over 2. Okay, then we can erase this, and then we go to question C. 3x plus 1 less than -6. It's best that we do it this way, okay? -1 minus 1. 3x less than -7x is, let's say we divide by 3, divided by 3. See the answer here? Go to the next one. 3x plus 1 more than or equals to -6. This is question D. So what we need to do is we just need to take what we can, we divide this side by 3, divide this side by 3. X plus 1 more than or equals to -2. Minus 1. Because we need to take out what's outside of the bracket first. Take out this one here. Then we have x is more than -3. Can you see that? And that's the answer. That's the end of it. Okay. So they ask us to show each solution set in question 4 on a number line. So let's just do this one here, which is 7 over 5. All you do is just draw a line. So 7 over 5 is actually 1.4, 1.4, 1.5, 1.3. So x is more than 1.4. So you get our answer here is 7 over 5. Let me just write out for you. X is more than 7 over 5. This side will be x is less than or equals to 7 over 2, which is 3.5. 3.6, 3.4, 3.3, 3.7. More less than or equals to. So it's a solid circle. Next one here. X is less than -7 over 3. So I'm just going to put -7 over 3. Less than Last one would be x is more than or equal to -6 divided by 3, -2, -1, -3. Solid circle, more than to the right. Okay, nice. You are given that z is more than 2. Write an inequality for each expression. So z must be more than 2. So for this question here, I'm going to show it to you how it works. For question number 6a, if z is equal to 2. If z is equal to 2, 2z plus 9 is equal to 2 times 2 plus 9. 4 plus 9 is equal to 13. If z is equal to 2, the equation will give me an answer that is 13. So 2z plus 9 should be more than 13. Because when z is equal to 2, the answer is 13. So if I put it inside this equation, at the end of the day, it should be more than 13. That's how it works. So let's move to the next question. 6b. If z is equal to 2, 3z minus 4 is equals to 2 minus 4. 2 minus 4 is -2, so 3 times -2, -6. Then 3z minus 4 is more than -6. Okay, so basically we just need to do the same thing for C and D. So for question 6c, if z is equal to 2, 4 plus 2z is equal to 4 plus 2 times 2, 8. Then 4 plus 2z is more than 8. I hope you understand this one here. It's just giving you a range of data with range of possible data. So if, for the last one, 6d, if z is equal to 2. So use whatever that is given here. Then 5, 3z minus 2 is equal to 5, 3, 2 minus 2, 5, 6 minus 2, 5 times 4, 20. Oops, number space. Then 5, 3z minus 2 is more than 20. All right, next one, solve these inequalities. So to solve it, like I said, we need to make sure that the unknown is alone. So let me just get it right here. 7 is right here, number 7. A. 2a plus 4 is less than 15. So what we need to do is we remove what's outside of the bracket first. Don't expand the bracket, okay? So we're going to get a plus 4 is less than 7.5. Then we can just minus 4 here, minus 4 here. A is less than 3.5. That's for question A. That's the answer already. Let's look at question B. 3b minus 4b plus 18. Okay, this one you have b's on both sides. So you need to see whichever that has the larger value. So this one, you can see clearly 3b is the larger value. So we're just going to remain this here. So we're just going to write 3b minus 4 plus 18. So let's remove the numbers first. Plus 4 to remove -4. 3b plus 22. Now I'm going to move this here, or just going to remove the b from the right hand side. Removing the b. So I'm just going to write minus b here, and I'm going to do minus b here as well. So 3b minus b is equal to 2b 22 divided by 2 divided by 2. That's it. Now, let's go to question C. C minus 18 is less than or equal to 330 minus C. So if I ask you which one is larger, you can see this is positive C, this is negative C. So positive 1C is bigger than negative 1C. So I'm going to remain this here and remove the numbers. Negative 18 plus 18 is equal to 0. C 38 minus C. Now I'm going to put the other C to the other side. Negative C plus C will remove it. Get 2C is less than or equal to 38. Divided by 2, divided by 2. C is less than or equal to 19. Let's look at 7D. 5, sorry, that's a different question. Let's look at this one here is 3D plus 5 more than 2D minus 6. All right, so here it's a little bit complicated that it's quite difficult for us to remove the number outside of the brackets here. It's quite difficult for us to do that. So what we ought to do is we just expand it first. We have to expand, unfortunately. Expand meaning that the number will multiply into the bracket. So we will get 3D plus 15 is more than 2D minus 12. Both will be multiplied by 2. Okay. Then we're going to remove the 15 because 3D is larger. I'm going to remain this here. So minus 15 minus 15. We are going to get 3D more than 2D minus 27. And then we're going to remove the 2D here. Minus 2D minus 2D. D is more than negative 27. That's it. That's the answer. Now look at question number 8. The perimeter of this triangle is not more than 30. So not more than 30 means it must be less than or equals to 30. So we're going to add everything together and then we're going to get 30. So we're going to see number 8. 2n plus 3 plus n plus 2n plus 2 is less than or equals to 30. So we need to add all these things together and to find what we have. 2n plus n plus 2n is equals to 5n. 3 plus 2 is 5. Less than or equals to 30. And now we have to solve it. Minus 5 here, minus 5 here. 5n is less than or equals to 25. Then we have to divide it by 5 here, divided by 5 here. We're going to get n is less than equals to 5. So this is everything. So I'm so sorry, I forgot to do it this way. This is A. We write an inequality, solve the inequality, and then find the largest possible length. Largest possible length will be the longest one. You can see it clearly opposite of the two straight line. You can see. So longest line is, this is question C. Longest line is 2n plus 3. So if n is equals to 5. 2n plus 3 is equal to 2 times 5 plus 3. n plus 3 is equal to 13. So this is the largest possible because 2n plus 3 is less than or equals to 13. So we have to use an assumption if n is equals to 5. And look at the last question, which is number 9. They say that The diagram shows four angles round a point. This is one point, round points here. Write an inequality for x. So since it rounds a point, it must be less than 360. It cannot even be equal to 360 because it makes no sense. 360 is up to here. So it must be only less than 360. So 9a will look like this. X plus 2x plus x plus 30, logically speaking, must be less than 360 degrees. It cannot be more than that. Or it cannot even be equal because there's still one angle missing here. So I'm just gonna make this rule. This is my rule. It must follow this rule. So this is my inequality, which is 4x plus 30 is less than 360 degrees. This is my inequality. Then let's solve it. 4x plus 30 is less than 360. Minus 30 here, minus 30 here, because my x, I need to make it alone. 4x less than 330 degrees, then we divide it by 4, divided by 4. X is less than 330 divided by 4 is 82.5 degrees. Okay, now they ask you, explain why the angle labeled X cannot be a right angle. A right angle here is actually 90 degrees. So let's look at X, because now we can explain it based on our inequality here. Because the value of X must be less than 82.5 degrees. Okay. And that would be all for 13.6.